How's it all you fellow collectors, all scalers, aliens, carpetbaggers, and general populace? Welcome to another edition of Figure This, Figure That, the Don's Figure Chat. Okay, today we're doing a belter of a figure. One of the best I've had the privilege of having in my collection. The tailoring, the head sculpts, the weapons, they're just really out of this world, eh? There's his lethal, the Baba Yaga stare. Check the cut of the suit. Really, really nice. The hands are nice. The tailoring under the jacket is nice. The articulation, it's a full-on Hot Toys TTM body. Ankles do whatever you want them to do. Knees. The only restriction is on the arms, mostly the elbows and shoulders, because he's quite packed tight underneath there with the shirt and the waistcoat. So I had him with the waistcoat off, but no, it didn't look good. Didn't look good. I couldn't get a nice pose. Well, I could get the pose, but he just didn't look right, if that makes sense. The shirt was all crumpled from being under the jacket, shit like that. So I thought, no, I'm not going to show him in bad light, Mr. Baba Yaga, who was born Jandari or Jordani Jovanovic when he worked for the Chazarov mob. I don't know how to say that word. I could spell it for you. Trusty weapon in his right hand. And I must have lost his pencil about 8 times this morning. Orphaned, they reckon, because of the tattoo on his back, that he spent time in the Marines, but that hasn't been confirmed. But the tattoo on his back represents the Marines, special ops or special forces. And then I don't know if you know this, but in John Wick 1, when the lad stole his car and beat the shit out of him, killed his dog, was the son of the guy who gave John Wick the chance to get out of the assassin's business, Vigo. Yeah. So funny how the world turns, eh? Okay, well, here's his art box. I would say that's royal blue. Very nice, eh? Very nice. Understated, stylish, just like the cut of his suit. Hot Toys have done a brilliant job on this figure. Okay, if we go down, here we come to his weapons. There's his Borelli shotgun. I think that's a bullpup or a bulldog shotgun. Actually, odds and sod rounds. You can put quite a few different rounds through. And I always forget the name of this one. His machine gun. His rifle with double mags. In the Marines in South Africa, we used to tape them together. We didn't have clips like that. This is custom stuff. There's the obligatory instruction manual. You come down. I think that's a 50 cal in there, but it could be a 40. He's got these, the 9mm with a suppressor. I think the one at the back on the left is a Colt 45. The small one is a 40 cal, but I think only holds 6 shots or 8 shots. I'm not too sure on that one. Beretta maybe. There's his old trusty blade. His pencil has to go with the weapons. There's his blood oath marker and a closed marker. So I don't know if that's one still to be called in on, or Yeah, I don't know, but that's the one that he's called in on with Mafia Boss in Chapter 2. Gold coins, some stacked, some loose. These two are 250 cals. I got them really for the ammunition. I think that looks quite dope, eh? You know, both 50 cal. You can see the writing on that one. Got the suppressor and the scopes. I'm trying to think of what that rack's called under the barrel. It's a support for some, but it's got a name. There's his hands. He comes with a couple of right, quite a few on the left, or if I got it back to front, that's right, that's left. He's got one of the grabbing hands, or expressive hands, on his left arm at the moment, and a trigger finger on his right. The hands are dope, eh? Really are good. You get some spare wrist pegs, the buttons for his jacket, which I just, when I was cleaning him now, I noticed one dropped off, but I saved it. But the weapons, man, the weapons are just brilliant. Brilliant, eh? And he gets lots of. The only thing I wished he'd had was a battle rig under his suit, but you can imagine putting a battle rig underneath that. It's quite a close cut suit, so he'd battle to get a rig under there. Well, Hot Toys would have battled. I put double shoulder holsters on him and it just didn't work. Don't know why. I think it's because the cut of the suit wasn't done with the premise of a double holster going underneath. So it hasn't got the space to accommodate a tight move. But really nice figure, eh? Really, really nice. It's like having a little John Wick in your collection. Oh wait, I have. Right then. So I thought instead of having him stand in a museum pose, we'd start off with just a little example of what he can do. And I opened the body up more because his body line would have been more at right angles to his neck and his head. But I opened it up so we could see it. The tie, the lapel studs, the waistcoat. Yeah, no, it's so nice, eh? I'd wear that. Yeah, I'd wear that. So yeah, so now it looks like there's a chapter 4 and a chapter 5 coming. I wonder if we're going to get figures from all 5. I wouldn't mind a William Dafoe from the first one, Marcus. Okay, so let's just go over what he comes with. There's the art box. All his big weapons, hand weapons, his gold coins and blood oath markers, his left hands, right hands, and of course the John Wick stand. I really think he's a dope figure, eh? I think that's the first time I've said it. So my aunt, if you're listening, or watching I should say, it's the first time I've said it, because I'm focused, I'm driven, I'm like John Wick. You get carried away, eh? Okay, let's crack on, get some poses going. Let's see what Mr. Wick can do. So I'll leave you looking into his eyes, as always. And I'll see you on the flip. Right, we've got a new pose going on. John creeping down the corridor, awaiting his chance to let fly. He's from Belarus. He's got the Slavic features, hasn't he? You could see but he's American, you know, to the core. As I say, was an orphan, went to work as an enforcer assassin, got trained in some martial arts, and yeah, Vigo let him retire if he killed all his enemies in one night. Good PlayStation story, that, eh? I wonder if they'll make a PlayStation game out of it. John Wick, Baba Yaga. Oh, I just wanted you to see how KeanuReeves, that head sculpt, is. I've got another head sculpt here with magnetic hair from SooSooToys. It's also quite good. And the weapons have such fantastic detail, eh? They're really, really nice. You think it's the real thing. This one's battle damaged, or weathered, I should say. Very nice, eh? Let's see if I can just see that other one. Look at that. How authentic isn't that? Good, eh? Oops, sorry for the shake. I'm holding the camera at an awkward angle. And then we come back up to John Wick. Encyclopedia. Wikipedia. How's the cut of the suit, eh? Let me get... it's almost... Well, it was. I mean, it was tailored for him. And it's an armored suit that he has made when he gets to Rome to honor the blood marker. It was quite a good storyline. And I like how it all comes together, like, you're back in the business, Mr. Wick. Nice to see you again, Mr. Wick. So as feared as he was, he seems like he was a good guy to the people who gave him respect, if you can call an assassin a good guy. I mean, he was ruthless, eh? I wouldn't mind having an assassin as a mate. Especially if it's Keanu. You know, the babes that'll flock. Yeah, it is made, or cut, I should say, in the new style suit of today. So Hot Toys have did a really, really top job on the tailoring, eh? You get guys that do 1/6 custom tailoring, you should see their work. Some of it is just, you can't even believe it was done. Head sculpts as well, some of the painters out there, honestly. Just, yeah, works of art. It's almost like miniature painting, you know, to get all the details right. Yeah, I like me a bit of John Wick posing. And I haven't spoken in drivel. Oh, have I? Yeah, I have. I was singing, wasn't I? But that's okay, because it's John Wick Chapter 2, Hot Toys 1/6 scale action figure on the screen right now. There he is, the man of the hour. Okay, so I think let's change it up for another pose. Let's see what we can get out of him now. I'm using the stand. I wonder, because he's quite good at standing on his own, but I don't know about extreme poses, you know, fighting poses. I should get a spotlight for out here to give me more light. Okay. I'll see you on the flip. Okay, so we're starting Baba Yaga off with a nice automatic weapon pose. I should have looked up the name of it while I was, just before I started filming. But fantastic detail. Really, really dope, eh? I mean, look at that. You can see the writing on the weapon, on the scope. And these trigger hands, the Hot Toys new trigger hands. Okay, new, they've been out for a while. Or just, they look real. They really do, eh? So I've got him walking. He looks a bit, you know, he'll do what he'll have to do, but not happy about doing it, but is so good at it. It's almost like a hobby. Not that I kill people, you know. The suit moves beautiful with the body. As I say, the only thing is the grouping at the elbows, and it's tight at the shoulders. And I'm sure if I pulled and strained, I could get him in a, you know, holding the weapon properly, but I just don't want to damage the suit, you know. That's when things break. I always admire Hot Toys tailoring. I'm a bit of a clothes, you know, I like brands. I do. It's not my fault, but I like brands. So the cut of this suit is really, really nice. And I really appreciate that about this figure. Even down to the street shoes. The weapons. Look at this little touch. The wedding band on his finger. That's really such a nice touch, eh? Because it's a big part of the movie. Why he went and retired, and why he's back in. Look at that, it's John Wick in the house. And as I say, I've got some head sculpts. Well, one head sculpt with 2 magnetic hair pieces. Maybe that's what I should get. I'm as bald as the day I was born. So I'll put that in with the long hair. So I'll change the head sculpt for the next pose. But Hot Toys have done a really, really magnificent job on this, eh? Yeah, same as Robert Downey Jr.'s for Mark 85, Chris Evans for Captain America Endgame. Fantastic sculpts, eh? Fantastic sculpts. Okay. That weapon is nice, eh? But when we carry double mags like this, we didn't have clips, as I say, we used to tape them together. And we would face them, I'm trying to think, I'm sure we had one in the magazine. I'm sure it was upside down, the other one. I'm sure it was upside down, so no shit could get in the magazine. Okay. Yeah, he's a beautiful piece, eh? Really, really nice. So I'll leave you looking into John's eyes once again. Don't piss him off. He's in the room with me. I'll see you on the flip. Right, that's me back. I thought, well, we've got to put him in the iconic pose, the pose that everyone knows him for. Or the stance, I should say. I couldn't raise his right hand high enough. I was scared in case something gave, like stitching or... So there we have him. And that there is the SooSooToys head sculpt. What do you think? Him or not? With the Hot Toys one, I can make eye contact. With this one, I can't. I don't know, something. So those two pieces come off. You can change them out. It does leave a bit of a line, but not under like medium soft lights in the display cabinet. Very easy figure to pose, eh? And if you're not sure, just get reference from the internet. It's all there. I mean, look, as I said, you can read the writing on the weapons. There's 4K as well, as marvelous, eh? And that you can do this with just your phone. He's got his baby 40 cal in his hand. I don't know if this is... I think it's a Borelli. I mean, if he's in Rome, he would have been given a Borelli, I'm sure. Or would have bought one. Or was it a Winchester? I'm sure it's a Borelli. I'm calling it a Borelli from now on, when my guests come. So, yeah, I like the head sculpt. I think it works. But I prefer the Hot Toys one, if I'm honest. Maybe that's just the elitist in me, you know? But yeah, and he looks dope in any pose. As long as you get the line right. Just remember in your brain when you're posing, oh yeah, the Don said, always get the line right. Fantastic figure, eh? Really is. I think it's also the accessories that make him, you know? And maybe that he's standing on his lonesome with nothing to distract the eye. I like the stubble. That's been well done. So the line of his shoulders is right. But that head sculpt, it doesn't fit on the... Well, it fits on the plug, but it's loose on the plug, and it keeps coming off the neck plug. So that head's loose at the moment. Maybe that's why I'm feeling a bit off, because it doesn't look like he's on the line, you know, his eyes. Let's check with this pan. Yeah, okay, there I can see the eyes. Okay. He's going to look dope in the light box, eh, in the 360s. But black, it picks up the slightest bit of dust, eh? Slightest bit of dust. There we go. And he's had the COVID jab, so don't worry, you can be close to him. I don't mean to make light of that, sorry. It was a spur of the moment pun. Alright then. On and upwards to the next pose. I think I'll change the head sculpt back. What do you reckon? Say in the comments afterwards if you think I did the right thing by changing the sculpt back to Hot Toys. With that said, see you on the flip. Okay, so now we've got him in a pose where he's stealthily walking down the passage or walking through the house, trying to see what's what. Very easy figure to pose. You just got to keep footsing with the clothes until it's right with the line. There again I mentioned the line. So we've got him on his line of sight, shoulder tucked into his chest, weapon held firm as he walks, listening and turning his head at various occasions. He's got his blade in his hand for some slashing, more a put or offer no weapon until he gets in close. But if he happens to come across someone, like a sentry, he can do the old throat slit. Or through that, what's that spot called at the bottom of your spine? Bottom of your head, where it meets your spine. Oh, man. Yeah, if he puts the blade through that, oh, well, you wouldn't even know about it. I'm Doomer Boomer or something. And he looks dope, really dope in this white setup here. The black is just bouncing off, eh? And check the hands. They look like fighters' hands, if that makes sense. Big knuckles, solid hands. The shoes could do with a polish. Here we go. Here's the pan. The pan you've all been waiting for. Yeah, that was a bit childish, wasn't it? Another weapon in his hand. This one is just combat black or gunmetal grey. I wouldn't mind a suit like this, eh? Or is it the way he wears it? That doesn't look too bad in a suit. I'll rock any outfit, eh? Any outfit I rock. I sound like a teenage girl, eh? Oh man, he's such a nice piece. Such a nice piece. They've done a fabulous job, eh? And he really looks good in the display. And there's nothing to damage. You know, the worst thing that can happen is a button comes off, like on his waistcoat. You just use a dab of that material glue in it and stick it back on. They give you spares, because when you clean it, it's bound to happen, you know? Especially with the glue Hot Toys uses. Must have a shelf life of 3 minutes. In South Africa, we used to call trousers like what he's got on there. The tapered ones. What are we used to? Stovies. Yeah, they were stovies. I was always an awkward size with my jeans or suits. That's why I remember. I always had to get mine tapered. But John here, he knows which cut of suit he wants. Even if he's got 300 fashion assistants on set to help him. Okay. What do you think? Oh, I mean, I know he's been out for a while, but some of these poses are cool. And this is a figure chat. That's what the comment session is for. Ask me some questions. Except the color of my hair, I've got none. There he is. Profile. Is that a profile shot? There we have him. Mr. Wick. The last thing you see is Baba Yaga pointing that gun at you. Yeah, it was almost like sign language, right? Okay, I promise I'll shut up now. And I'll see you on the flip. Okay, so now we've got him in a standing pose where he's checking out the surround. Just finished loading his 45s. He's going to leave them there. Actually, am I wrong? It's 250 cals. He's leaving them stashed there. He's got his semi-automatic rifle over his shoulder on a sling. And I think this is a Glock But maybe the name will tell us. I'll have to check that out. Sorry, talking to myself there. And I must admit, he looks quite dope. These jewelry bases that they used to put jewelry on, they work a treat as risers in your details or display cabinets, and they're cheap. Dirt cheap. You get all sorts of sizes. You can build your own diorama. He looks mean, eh? He's not coming for Sunday brunch. He means business. Stare them in the eyes, John. Stare them in the eyes. There you go. Good man. Good man. Okay, keep that shotgun pointing at the sky. I'm backing off slowly. Hands up, hands up. I know, I know. Oh, childish. Okay. Again, easy pose to achieve. The hardest thing is getting them to stand. I always like to get them that they can stand on their own. To a certain degree, you know. I mean, like this one, I had to use the crutch grabber to help. Because it's slippery surface and his feet just slip out from underneath him. You know, if you go to foot ahead or move a hand or... Yeah, he's such a dope, delicious figure, eh? John Wick, the devil. Once seen him kill 3 men in a bar with a pencil. That was Viggo Tazarov, the leader of the Russian mafia who John worked for. The guy whose son killed his dog and stole his car. So the cut of the suit I'm also super impressed with, eh? I mean, I've done a review on this lad before. And I mean, I did extol his virtues quite a bit. And I think I did mention the cut of the suit. But hey, man, in this light, and you see it for what it is, it's really, really dope, eh? If you're a sentry, that's the last sight you're going to see before you get a shotgun blast in the snizzle. He's carrying it on a shoulder strap, muzzle down. It's quicker to pull into action and no shit and get down the barrel. That's quite nice, eh? The ammo. I love the ammo. I love the ammo. Here we go. Last pan on this one. And then, yeah, maybe set up or put in IC Custom Street Diorama and see if we can't get some action pose there. And then it's on to the 360s, I think. Otherwise, I'm going to throw out my whole repertoire of words and show all my poses off. Okay. One last introduction to John Wick. There you go, John. Thank you for the awesome posing that you showed today. If you could just do one more for us before we hit 360s, be much obliged, Dale. He doesn't speak like that, really. That was me speaking. I'll see you on the flip side. Okay, we've got some street action going on. John has made the street. And he's saying, "It's only you I'm here to kill. Tell your men to stand back." You're the is it an M16 pointing straight at your gizzard? Yeah, Steve, IC Customs dioramas, they make things come alive, eh? You know, he's now in a scene, like a street scene, and not just a figure on display, if that makes sense. Could even be in like a canvas tent, one of those pavilion tents. But okay, you don't get zebra crossings and walking lights in pavilions. This is Kanye West's wedding. Yeah, he looks dope, eh? Eh? I'll see if I had one of those, if I win that air drone, or I should say me and Moate, win that drone with the cameras, I can fly it in my light tent to take awesome shots and panning, teach it panning techniques. Look at that, eh? John Wick in the house. And no crutch grab, eh? That's because you can move the feet to suit any angle. So I usually hold the feet down when they're like this, and then move the body from the feet. It helps a lot, eh? Because it helps with your stance, even if he is on a crutch grabber. There's his semi-automatic rifle. That's a beaut, eh? Double magazine switch over, movable hand grip, flashbang on the end. Flashbang. They called flash something. Oh, there's his scope. Retractable stock. Yes, and this is loaded for bear. Never mind human gangsters. It's for bear. So I've just, you know, I'm sure I'm going to get a call if they can use some of my footage in the next John Wick movie. You know, like a stand-in for him, so you can have a break, cup of coffee, Kit Kat. Okay. I'm really starting to speak drivel now. So I think it's time we got down to the 360s. Get some light on this bad boy. He's nice, eh? Yes. And there we go. Let's go in for one last close-up of John. There he is. Bit bloody again. He's got his trusty sidekicks with him, his weapons, knife down the sock or in the pocket. And as I say, he's ready for bear. Okay, well, if you like what you've seen, I know I can go on a bit, but I mean well. Subscribe, leave a comment, or a like. As I say, go for the trifecta. Subscribe, like, and comment. It's a figure chat. It helps if there's two parties. And don't be put off by my fame and fortune. I'm really a down-to-earth chap who speaks a lot of drivel. But yeah, please hit like or subscribe, leave a comment. Yeah, from me, Moate, and John Wick, the Don says, peace out.